Brian, we're looking forward to Sunday's SkySports Cup semi-final against Hibs.
Yes, of course we are. The mood in the camp's extremely high, as you'd imagine, and training this week, everybody trains I think that wee bit extra because everybody wants to play because it's a semi-final. But no, as I said, training's been excellent this week, and that's what we want. We want a real competitive squad, and we've got that now, where it's making my job extremely difficult to go and pick a starting 11 come Sunday, but we'll be ready for it, that's for sure.
As you said, training's been good this week. Tried to keep preparations as normal as possible. Has that been difficult, obviously, with such a big game on the horizon?
No, it's just that's what we said to them. Nothing changes. We keep it as normal as possible, and that's what we've did. We know it's a semi-final, but it's another game where we need to go and win. It's been like that most of the season, so Sunday's no different. We want to make sure we go and get to a final, and the girls know what's at stake. Well, there's no pressure on them again. I'm going to reiterate that. There's no pressure on my girls whatsoever. We're playing a full-time team where we know we can compete and we know we can beat them. We've already did it this season, so we're at home. We've got the draw we wanted. Now we just need the Red and Army in here to back them and get the support they truly deserve.
We know Hibs will pose a tough test, but as you mentioned, how much must we use that big Thistle support that's expected here, that Red and Army out here at Petershill Park?
Well, it's been growing the last number of weeks, and they're a massive help. Listen, if you find sometimes in games where you find yourself a goal behind and the crowd then get your team back into the game, it's so important. I know it helps me on a Saturday if we concede an early goal, as we have done in the past, to then go and win a game of football. So we know the crowd they'll have to play their part. We know it's going to be a difficult game. Hibs are a good side. We know that. We know they've got good individual players, and collectively they're a good squad. So, but as I keep reiterating, so are we. We have been growing over the last couple of years. We find ourselves in another semi-final. We're competing to be in the top 6 for a second consecutive season in a short period of time. The club's grown so quickly, and we're striving for the best. And as I always say to the girls, the sky's the limit. We just need to keep pushing. We want to get to a final. We want to secure the top 6, and then we want to look up the way and try and see if we can chase Hearts and Hibs in the league positions. We know it's really close at the moment. I know people would probably, see, if I'm being really honest, I don't think my girls are getting the plaudits they deserve. I think they've talked about top 6, but we're closer to 4th position. We are 7th, so the girls deserve a lot of credit. And I know me and my staff know that, but I think other people should be giving them credit as well, because what they've done this season and what they've done last season is incredible for a team that have just found themselves a 3rd year in the league, and we're probably punching way above our weight. But now we've got extremely good talent in the changing room where we believe we can win any game. It doesn't matter who it's against, so that's credit to my group of girls.
We've already defeated Hibs this season. We also have the famous night here in the quarter-final of the Scottish Cup, which got to us a semi-final that time. How much must we use those games as belief going into the game on Sunday?
Listen, I don't really want to look back on it, but as you mentioned there has been special nights, like obviously the quarter-final, we beat Hibs that night, so now we find ourselves in a semi-final. But it'll all happen. Listen, things could happen in a game. It's what happens come Sunday. We need to be ready for it. We know our game plan. We've worked in it this week. The girls, as I said earlier in the interview, that they've looked extremely sharp. The training's been buoyant, vibrant. The mood in the camp's been excellent. Come Sunday, we know the job in hand, and we know the task, and we know what it takes to get over the line. So fingers crossed we can do it. We know as I keep saying, it's a hard task, but it's one that I firmly believe we can go and do.
What would it mean to you and the players to reach a cup final?
It'd be incredible. The girls would make history again, and as I mentioned to them earlier when we were doing our video, that every year they seem to have made history, so there's no different this year why we can't go and make history again. So, but I'm going to reiterate it, that's credit to the girls. Everything me and Ross ask them to do, there's no complaints, to get on with it. Everything, training, sometimes even I'm going to go back to pre-season when it was really tough, they just knuckle down, they get on with it, they want the best for themselves. I know we train 3 nights for a part-time team, but they also go away and do their own stuff as well. They try and act as professional as possible, and I think they're reaping the rewards for that, and that's why I'm saying they deserve all the credit they get, because this year they've been thriving. But me being me, I always want to push them that one step or maybe 3 steps higher, and we've got to keep looking. As I keep saying to them, sky's the limit. You never know how far it could take you, and with the team spirit that we've got in there, I don't see why we can't get there.
What is your last message to the Thistle support for Sunday?
Just listen, if you can get to the game, first and foremost, I would love you to come and support the girls, and if we can get as many people in here as possible come Sunday for the girls walking out to that's a great occasion for the club that we're in this semi-final. To get them over the edge, to get to a final, then it'd be fantastic. So if you've got nothing on Sunday, make sure you get along to Petershill Park.